So Farmcraft uses the popular game Minecraft, and if anybody is around kids, they know that they love Minecraft. Like, it's one of the most popular games out there, and it's been around a while, and it's one of those games that seems to never kids never lose interest in it because it's such a dynamic environment in Minecraft where you're always able to do something new, build something new, like, and you never quite, complete it. It's always this kind of iterative, you make mistakes, you problem solve. And so what a great environment to try farming and to solve some agricultural problems and challenges in a Minecraft environment. You get in there and basically play and build at your own pace, and you can build something as simple as just a small structure all the way to like complex mechanical engineering structures. And so there's really, it's a limitless world of exploring, creating, innovating, and just building things and solving problems using blocks.
I feel like it helped me learn more about the field of agriculture in a way that was like fun. Like, it didn't really feel like a chore. It just felt like an enjoyable thing. I got to be with my friends too, so that was amazing.
Yes, if your child said they're playing Minecraft for homework, they're not lying. So they were just really excited that we were incorporating something that they do for fun in school. What I thought was really unique about Farmcraft is that there's a lot of students that are typically not always engaged in school, and there's a few students that really locked in and they were able to participate, and they actually became the leaders of the project because they were more in tune with the game of Minecraft itself. So instead of learning from a textbook or a teacher lecture, they really, let's say they bought into it because they focused, they were motivated, they collaborated with their partners. And so I think it was a lot of fun because they were having to do enough research to where they can actually build a timber stand, and they had to do enough research about the timber stands that were found in Georgia in order to figure out the mass timber products that could potentially be made. So instead of me just lecturing, here's what mass timber is, and here is what a timber stand is, and memorize this and go regurgitate on a test, they had to do their own research, and they were actually more willing to do so because they were building something cool, and they were proud of their design too, some of the details that they used. So I was able really to see students who normally wouldn't participate engage.
Something specific that I learned is that I learned like the expanse, like how involved timber is in Georgia. And I think Georgia has like a very large timber stand community, and like the amount of profit that we get as a state from timber stands, I didn't know about any of that beforehand.
I learned that it's more than just going to a forest and chopping down trees and then bringing it back. Like, there's a lot of different steps you have to go through. There's different types of wood you can collect. There's ways you have to measure and make sure trees are good to be cut down, and all things you can use wood to make.
I learned that there's a lot more technology involved than you would think. It's not like as simple as like planting a sapling and then just waiting for it to grow. There's a lot of very specific measurements and requirements that have to be met.
And I also learned through this about I think it's called carbon sequestration, which is where trees actually take in the carbon, and even after you cut them down, a lot of that's still stored, which I just thought it all just kind of went back into the air. I also wanted to learn more about kind of how that works, how trees can help get rid of the excess carbon that we release. So I kind of searched that up on my own time.
I think learning that timber and trees and plants kind of influence everything. Even if you wouldn't think about it, they affect you every day in almost every aspect.
When we were thinking about how do we develop a very regional version of Farmcraft specific to Georgia, I knew from the beginning that, we need to make this relevant to students' lives. We need to bring it down to what are the crops, what are the parts of agriculture that are very specific to Georgia. And that's when I immediately thought of Georgia Forestry Foundation, because GFF is never one to back away from, how do we reach more kids? How do we get our resources into more classrooms? And so they've just always been very open to ideas that I come to them with about how we can better meet students and teachers where they are. And so there are challenges with forestry, just as there are challenges with any kind of agricultural producers. And so how can we get kids thinking about the challenges that the forestry industry faces? And these, the kids sitting in the classrooms today are the future workforce in the forestry industry. And so let's get them thinking about how to solve some of these challenges, like how do we get product to market? How do we grow more with less? These are real challenges that the next generation of farmers and people working in agriculture are going to have to think about and be ready to problem solve.